What's up, everybody? We're here with TRICER today, turning the tripod industry upside down. This is Drew, owner of TRICER, and he is here to walk us through all of what he has and tell us why his product is so different than everything else you've seen on the market.
What's up, Tyler? So yeah, I'm Drew. I own TRICER Tripods. We've been in business since 2020, and we really just do things different.
For sure.
Different, do things better, I should say. You know, I got into tripods by accident. I was on a duck manufacturing company. I ran my father's actually, and I was on an elk hunt in like 2018, and I was just carrying around my father-in-law's giant tripod. And I remember the rock I was sitting on, the unit I was in, and I said, I'm going to make my own tripod. And in my 2020, I had made my first tripod, and they weren't that great, honestly. But since then, we've just been kind of mastering this thing and really have kind of taken the tripod industry by storm. You're either using TRICER or you want to use TRICER. At this point, we're selling a lot of tripods, and there's a reason for us doing that.
All right, show us the reasons why.
Namely, our tripods are just not only ultra light, they're also ultra stable. Everything we make is inverted, right? So meaning that the fat leg is on the bottom. So cool thing about that is now you don't have to deal with the tiny leg way down here now to make these adjustments way out here, you know? Right. So everything's right here. So if I want to sit down, it's right there. You know, I can just make fine adjustments right there. The top is right here. It's ease of use is just unparalleled, unmatched, right? So all of our tripods are inverted, whether it be our smallest, our BC tripod, our bigger AD glassing tripod, or our JC tripod, including all of our new shooting tripods, which are coming out in May. Everything we make is inverted because to me it just makes sense for ease of use. For it keeps the tripod super stable, but rather than have this leg up top and have to make this aluminum so much bigger, like if I were to flip this around, this tripod would weigh probably 3 pounds. Does that make sense? Because now this fat part's up here, right? It also gives you more of a stable tripod as well because you have the fat leg down there. You don't have any of those pencil thin. Right. You know, we've all dealt with that with those photography tripods, and the thing snaps on you in the field, right? So we're doing that, and that's kind of like what sets us apart, really. Is like if you look on like every other tripod in the market, they're just taking photography tripods and putting a pair of antlers on it and then calling it a hunting tripod, right? Like, we're a hunting tripod, here's some elk antlers, right? Well, we're a hunting tripod, we have dinosaur on ours. Because we're just doing things a little bit differently. We're not just rebranding a VA5 and putting antlers on it, right? That's what everyone's doing right now. Everyone's taking these pan heads you can find on Amazon and rebranding them. And if you look at my stuff, it's unique. And there's nobody else making things like me, and that's really what sets us apart.
Right. So what gave you the idea to flip the legs upside down? That's the biggest noticeable difference from these tripods versus any other tripod.
Honestly, they were doing it in the shooting industry beforehand. Okay. Brands were, and I saw that, and I was like, man, like, because everyone wanted me to make a tripod, and I was like, dude, I'm not going to just take a photography tripod and turn it upside down, right? Like, we were making this pan head, and we sold thousands of those pan heads a month, right? And like everyone wanted a tripod at the same time, and I was like, dude, I can't just copy what everyone else is doing. It's not my style, right? And then once I looked at this, I started doing it. No one else in even the photography space or hunting space is doing a ultralight tripod like this, right? Just the big fat ones, right? The big shooting tripods. So we took that and put it into the glassing market, and it's been crushing. Okay, cool. Show us the different pan heads then. We have 2 of them here. We have 2 of them here. We have, I think, 5 now. So we only have 2 here. Let's go with our bread and butter first. So this is our bread and butter. This is the LP pan head. This is our 4-ounce pan head. This pan head will handle an 85 millimeter spotter like nothing. It is buttery smooth, and it really is just like the most enjoyable experience. This setup here, the 80 tripod with the LP pan head, definitely is the bread and butter, definitely the one that we sell the most of. It's one that, like, I'm going to Hawaii for a month. This is all I'm gonna bring with me, right? This will handle up to an 85 millimeter. My style, most of everyone's kind of going to it, is this like 60 millimeter and down spotter now. So if you're a guy who runs binoculars 95% of the time and throws a spotter on chick animals, this is all you need. I can put a rifle on this thing, and wherever I stop it, it's gonna stop. Completely still, golden. Absolutely love the LP. So 4-ounce pan head with a 32-ounce tripod, you're 36 ounces all in, and you can handle any optic you need to put on this thing for most backcountry guys, right? Right. So then I have what is called our BP pan head, which we don't have here. It's the same pan head as this DZ, but it doesn't have a ball on top. So that pan head really will handle any optic out there. It's built for, I actually built that pan head with this JC tripod specifically for like a BTX or big eyes. Right. And then from that, I evolved into the DZ, and both the BP and the DZ have the same design, except for this one has a ball head patented into it as well. And this thing is a little bit different, right? You're used to like your standard, like your VA5 or something, right? I'm just using that as a name. I'm not knocking that pan head right now. I'm sorry, you guys. Which is a photography pan head. not a hunting pan head. We were trying to make it work. And so I looked at it and said, well, how can I make a hunting pan head? What do I need to change? And this pan head here works off 2 large bearings. It is, like Dan was saying earlier, buttery smooth. Wherever I stop this thing, it'll stop. So like say you have your optic on there, your spotting scope, you go down, it doesn't do that thing, where it's like falling on you. This will not do that. You can lock it in, set your tension, and wherever you stop, it's going to stop. Right? And that's something that's lacking in the hunting industry with pan heads is like, everyone knows it, right? Especially if you're trying to like digiscope or something, you're trying to get on an animal and things just falling down. You have to like actually judge it above the animal and then, you know what I mean? Then it'll fall into place.
I'm very familiar with that.
This won't do that. And that's what it was made for, is made for hunting, right? So now what's unique about the DZ is everyone and their mom wants to shoot off their tripods now, and I understand that, right? Even though I am a glasser first, I'm a Coos deer nut, I'll spend 8 to 10 hours a day glassing. Everyone wants to shoot off them. And yes, you can shoot off of the LP, and yes, you can shoot off our BP or your VA5 or whatever, but the problem is you can't get your cant, right? And then you could bring a ball head in the field and glass off a ball head, which I don't recommend because it's not made for that. So you're potentially using a ball head to glass, which is a nightmare and not fun, for 95% of your time, and potentially you could shoot off of it. So what I did is I created the DZ, which is actually become a hit in the photography space as well, because what it is a fluid pan head, and you could break it free right here and cant your rifle, do whatever you need to do, or if you're a filmer or someone filming hunts, like if out there in the field, it's on level, so you have to go and like adjust every leg, what I'm talking about? Now you don't have to do that. Now you can just go and break this free, level your camera out, get your shot, you're done. Same thing for your rifle, level your rifle out. And that has the same rating as the BP. We put a 15-pound rating on it. You can put any gun you want on that thing and shoot off of it.
And you said there's an actual ball bearing in here.
It's a needle bearing.
Okay.
Needle bearing with like a big brake pad. So that's all you're getting, right? So you look at this thing here. This only weighs 14 ounces, right? My BP panhead weighs 12 ounces. Like a standard VA5 is like 19 ounces. So not only is it a superior panhead, which is smoother than what you're using right now, likely, I can use the VA5 as an example. There's other pan heads out there that are just as heavy, just as fluid, right? It's also lightweight. I cut everything out of it, right? Because we don't, right now, what we're doing is taking these things where, how normal pans use a little tiny knob as thread. This doesn't. It's a big knob because you're using gloves. You know what I mean? Just big knob, turn that. I'm just here and be like, take my glove off and just adjust this thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a well thought out pan head built specifically for hunting.
I really like the fact that you have the ball head in the top of this because of all the reasons you just said, but number one is when I go to shoot off it, I need to be able to get my cant level to make a good shot, otherwise everything's off. So I really do like this head. I've been messing around with it just a little bit. The other thing, this one lengthens out if you want to. Shortens.
So that was another thing. So like this one, you can put it on both sides. On the BP, you can put it on 4 different corners. It's something that hunters talked about. So one of the biggest things I do to create my stuff is just listen to, I should say, the bitching of the hunters. Right? Hunters like to bitch. And so they'll be like, I wish I could move my handle around. I wish my handle extended, right? Because nobody has this. Everyone's making like extensions for the VA5, doing this stuff. So I was like, well, I could make a pan handle that just, you turn and it extends it out and people love it, right? And no one's doing that, right?
You can also take it out of here and put it
on this side here, the other. So if you're left-handed, right? Like I was with Brady Miller last week, and he's like, I run mine over here. So it's like we were totally opposite. I'm left-handed, and he's so particular, right? I kind of made it. I just kind of do things a little bit differently, but in a way that will make sense for hunters. So we have a full line of bioadapters, more than anybody in the industry. We have, I think, 7 different models of bioadapter now out there, right? So we have anything from our NS rings, which is a built aluminum ring with all the screws hidden in it, which clamp onto any bino. It's kind of what I've gone to for most of my binos. We make bioadapters specifically for the NL Pure, specifically for the EL ranges, specifically for the SIG Zulu 6s. I make an adapter for those, get them on a tripod. Then we also have 2 different posts on our side as well, a QB, which is a little more expensive than our BA. Same design, just one has a push button, quick lock design, the other one is just a thread type. So lots of that stuff. And then we have the full shooting setup coming out. I didn't bring that with me, wish I would have, but our new bipod is just going insane. It is the best bipod ever made for hunting. Right? I'm not claiming it to be like a competition, the best competition bipod ever, but for hunting, there's nothing it can't do. We've sold like 3,000 in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
It is incredible. It's on pre-order right now. I fully expect to sell probably 20 to 30,000 of those bipods this year alone. It goes from 8 inches to 30 inches. It has cant in it, has 360 panning in it, and it can just adapt to any situation you need in the field. Like I went and filmed videos last week with Go Hunt, and it was just, we couldn't find a way to not make it work. It weighs 15 ounces. also, right? There's some stuff out there that might be 30 to 40 ounces. This is 15 ounces, fits right on your gun. It comes with an ARCA head, it comes with a pick head, it comes with a swivel side to pick adapter. It comes with long legs and short legs, spike feet and rubber feet for $300.
Yeah.
It's unbeatable. And I killed so much stuff off of it, the body count doesn't lie. It's well worth it, right? We also have the HK shooting tripods coming out, like our hog killer setup.
Okay.
And I just, in the predator market, it's just so gimmicky and so crappy. I feel like everything's made out of plastic and I made a predator tripod. So it's inverted legs, just like same legs as the JC here. But it has a ball head included with it, an inverted ball head, and a gun clamp for $500. And then we have our TRICER X tripods, which are competition hexagon leg tripods as well. And those are gonna be $1,000. Those are coming out. Those have 4 patents in them. They have leg lockout devices. They have hexagon legs, which nobody's ever done that before. Right. They've got weighted inserts in them. So yeah, that's kind of the rundown. I can give you also, we shall talk about the JC, touch on this. So I created this tripod and the first original BP panhead based on a BTX. It's what I call the ultimate glassing tripod. It has 2 patents in it. It's got weighted leg inserts. So this tripod can weigh 3 pounds or 7 pounds. I took that technology and put it into my shooting tripods as well. It also has micro panning built into the head. So if I turn this knob right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, this thing will pan, right? So you can just slowly pan your tripod into position where you want it to be. Now the cool thing is that, yes, this is a expensive tripod, right? So this is a $750 tripod. Well, I came out with something called the TRICER 360 this year, which adds that micro panning to any of my tripods or any of those other tripods on the market. It either threads on with a core 23/8/16 or ARCA plate, so it gives micro panning. So again, it's just a way for me to make glassing better. Like one of our catches, glass better. And no one's doing that, right? Once you use micro panning when you're glassing, you will never go back. I'm just trying to make a better mousetrap for hunters to help them kill stuff, right? Find stuff. You can't kill what you can't find. And I feel like my stuff help you find more animals than anything on the market.
Awesome. Thanks, Drew, for coming along and showing us all your tripods and all the ins and outs, the things that most people probably don't know about them. If you want to get any of the tripods, go over to Elk Shape website. They're all there under the gear. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have an awesome adventure on your next outing.